What's going on, y'all? So I know I haven't made any videos on the Speed 6 in quite a while, and there's a reason for it. It was running great, so I was daily driving it, no issues. But unfortunately, cylinder 3 decided to leave the chat and went down to 50 psi on the compression. It looks like it's probably a ringland or piston or something. We're gonna start tearing down the car and get the engine pulled out, because we are going to swap in a Mazdaspeed built block. So pulled out the battery, starting to take out the intercooler and all that, and man, just look inside the intercooler piping. This is the outlet of the turbo. Look at all that oil. Man, this thing was cooked. All right, main plug's off. Looking back here, looks like O2s, 1 and 2. And that comes over to these two connectors, which are held on right here by that bolt. So we'll move those out of the way. That should help. So I got a little bit of it done. Pulled out intercooler stuff. I got this side flipped back. Got headlights out. Core support's just about out, but I'm draining the coolant right now. There's one little bolt right in the center of the radiator, and then if you want it to flow faster, you can take off your radiator cap or leave it on so it flows slower. Watch. See that? That way you don't get a big splash as you're draining. But yeah, little by little, next drain the oil, and then I'll get the front end off. I don't know if you can see that, but my oil is pretty silver. And there's some metal on the end of the drain plug there. So yeah, I'm surprised this thing was running. So I think one of the things I'm going to do is, I got the cork support plate that sits over, but since I'm not going to be using the VTCS on the next manifold, I'm looking at just taking this whole harness here and splitting the two so that the injector loom will go under the intake, and then the coil pack ones and the cam, high pressure fuel pump, all that shit will be on the back side and tucked in. Well, after splitting out the harness, you got the injector harness as well as the high pressure fuel pump one. So this will be a separate one that'll go under the intake manifold. And then you got your coil one as well as the cam follower. This one was for the VTCS. Don't need that anymore, so I'll probably just tuck it out of the way. And yeah, this one will go inside the trough and the valve cover. This will get tucked behind the high pressure fuel pump. And then, yeah, then we got an old EGR one, and God, I can't remember what sensor this is. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna start cleaning it up, taping everything, make it look nice. Here's the injector harness, all wrapped up and taken care of. I just used 3/8 wire loom, so that looks good. And then here is the coil one, and then we got the cam one and the ground. The VTCS I just have taped up and out of the way for now, and then EGR is taped out of the way. I didn't feel like cutting them out just yet. Yeah, sweet. Let's go see how they fit. It's crazy to think that all of this was on that harness. Just excess shit. Crazy. Well, here's a mock-up of what it's going to look like. I could get a coil plate that's a little bit smaller, but I mean, with the cork support plate sitting right here, I mean, yeah, that's nice enough for the most part. I'm okay with that. All that fits good down in there. That fits good. The ground fits. Now I just got to figure out how I want to tuck this back in here. I might have to like sneak it in somehow, but we'll figure that out. Alright, so random little stuff that I've been doing while I've been waiting for my new block to get here. So one of them is I shaved a stock intake manifold, got rid of all the bungs on it, welded up the hole on the top, and yeah, you can't see it now, but I deleted the VTCS and I'm just leaving it plugged right there. But yeah, gonna get it painted up and a few other things, but we'll see how it looks when it's done. All right, well, I got the high build primer on here already, so that's how it's looking. Not too bad. I'll probably just shave it down or sand it down a little bit just to clean it up, but I mean, it is a stock intake manifold, so I'm not tripping too much. But even just shaving that and painting it, it's gonna look way better than that guy. Blech. I got coat number 1 on, letting it cure. Then I'll get another coat on there and let it dry, and then we'll do some clear coating. But man, the camera's not doing it justice, but the flake in it is kind of crazy when the sun hits it. It's a really nice red. Alright, so I'm gonna start doing the axles. I've heard multiple different ways. One of the main ones, taking off the caliper and the axle nut. Other people don't take off the axle nut. But either way, your upper control arm, holy crap, thing's loud. Anyways, the upper control arm, it's a 19 mil, and you can get a 1/2 inch impact in between here to knock it loose. But yeah, and then mine, if yours is rusty, you may have more challenge with it, but mine is in pretty good shape. So my other one, I was just able to pop right off. So let's see how this one does. Yeah, this one's gonna fight me, huh? While I'm under here, I want to show you guys. So the passenger side axle, so here's the PTO, intermediate shaft or whatever. And then, yep, that's how it's looking as it's coming out. And all I did to get this out right here is I put an extension and just gave it some good taps and kept wrapping on it. And it's working its way out. It's just about out now. If I shake it, you can see it's like right there, ready to pop right off. And there you go, axle is off. Boom. All I've done here is I've taken off my tie rod end right there, and then the upper control arm, as well as the caliper, and I just took that off. And make sure you undo your brake line stuff. Well, sensor, yeah, whatever that is. Anyways, yep, so that does work, and you can get it out on this side. And if I come over to this side as well, same setup. This side I had to kind of rotate the hub and spindle, and it worked. And this side I just used a little pry bar to help it free. And yeah, you keep shaking it, and once it gets close, you can just reach in and then manipulate it and then like pop it out, like pull that side of it in. So yeah, axles are free. Drive shaft is off. Let's see what else. Yeah, everything should be good. Now the only thing holding this in is my 3 engine mounts, the one back there, but everything else is disconnected. Oh yeah, I gotta drain my power steering or just take it off, and then yeah, get this thing lifted out.